Good Sunday evening, family. Today is about 5:34 p.m. Hi, family. This is Nettie with Simply Me Journey, and I am going to discuss one of the most important topics about my property. How did I come about purchasing raw land? This is a topic that I've been intending on discussing a long time ago, but it took me a while to get here. So now, hey, family. Alrighty, so where's the date? January the 14th. So family, what I want to discuss is the purchase of my property. How did I find this property? What was why I wanted to purchase raw land? Well, let's start off first of all this here. In 2017, I could have retired from my job. And at that point, I began to look at what do my retirement look like. Well, it didn't look good in 2017. So I said, well, I can't retire right now. I have to wait. At the same time, I'm like, well, when I retire, I don't want to go on another job. So I felt like I need to work to stay where I was at and work a little longer to build up more retirement funds. And then the longer I wait, at the age of 62, I can also draw my Social Security. That was the point for me right there. 62, age that I can draw my Social Security and my retirement check. So now how I come about in wanting to purchase raw land. First, I was looking at condos in Lafayette, Louisiana area. I was looking at those. I was looking at buying a condo down there. I had this friend that was going to he was going to remodel the condo. That's the type of work he does. He was working offshore. When he's offshore from home, then he would go and do remodeling homes and stuff like that. So he told me, he said, "We buy a condo, then I'll come in and remodel it. We'll update it and stuff." But in 2017, I didn't do it because I decided I need to stay on my job no longer. We both were supposed to retire in 2017. I think he retired in 2018. Yeah, I think so. So, back to the land purchase. So I began to realize, okay, 2017, 2018 here, 2018, between 2017 and 2018, I was really putting things in action. I was going out different areas of Louisiana, looking at raw land, looking at land in the woods, and I wanted unrestricted land so that I can do what I want to do with it. And I looked at land in Oakland, Louisiana, in Opelousas, Louisiana, in Lafayette. I didn't like Lake Charles and I didn't like Alexandria. Those are two places I just didn't want to look. I also looked at land in Shreveport, Louisiana. Well, no, I was looking at condos online in Shreveport, Louisiana. So that would have been another place that I would have really wanted to move as well. But I was trying to keep it closer to this area. So in 2018, that was the point where 2018, 2019, I was realizing time is winding up. I need to make my mind what I want to do. So raw land, something I could put my own place on and wouldn't have to be dealing with HOAs and crap like that. So the raw land search was continuing. I almost bought some land in Opelousas. It was like a half an acre land for $7,000 in Opelousas that I started to buy. It was actually close to my sister's area where she lived. And it was some issues with the people. Land, I think they had a lien on the land or something like that. Something was going on there. I said, nah, I don't want to go through no changes with stuff. And also, another thing that kind of deterred me from getting it and kind of wanting to wait, because had I gotten a loan for the land, then they want to charge me a pretty nice interest and stuff, and I didn't want to do that. So I'm the one that's like, I want to try to buy land for cash. Okay, so that put me on a mindset of paying cash. How can I save money to pay cash for my land? Well, I bought my car in June of 2018. June 2018 when I bought this little car. And I bought it because I really liked it. I said, this is what I want, but never thought about, car dwelling. Never ever thought about car dwelling. And so so it's June. I got my car. Then it's like September, and my lease was getting ready to expire, and I just felt like I just need to do something different. It was like, sometimes you just get tired of doing the same old thing. Oh, why this darn phone in? So, I was thinking about, okay, so in 2018, like I said, I bought the car in June. September, my lease was coming up for October. It was coming up to expire. And I was going through a whole lot of, like, I just felt like I just couldn't keep living the way I was living, going through the same old emotion, same thing over and over. It was like I was predictable. My life was predictable, okay? You know what I'm going to do is church, homework, shopping, groceries or whatever, church, homework, shopping, church, homework, shopping. It just got me, it was just kind of depressing. For me, it had gotten depressing to be doing the same old routine over and over again. So I just thought, how to live in a car. Okay. Because I just didn't want to go get another apartment. I just did not want it to be in a closed wall. I just didn't want that anymore. My mind was like, I just can't do that anymore. I need something different. And I really, really needed something different. And so I started, I think I've been on YouTube, how to live in a car. And I'm looking. And honestly speaking, who came up with Bob Well? And I started looking at his channel. And then one of the first lady that really impressed me with Bob's channel was Miss D. But I think Bots Band D. Love, I think she's a sweetheart. And I watch her channel still today. And his channel. So, and I seen this little lady living in her car. I think she was getting like $500 or $800 a month Social Security. And she was living out in the desert. I want to think he found her. I'm thinking California, maybe California, Arizona, somewhere in there. I'm thinking Arizona, that he found this little lady. And that was the very first one I looked at. And my heart just sunk because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is all she can afford to live in her car. But she was making it work. She was making her income. I think she was $800 a month. And she was making her income. She's making it work for herself the best way she know how. Now Miss D is doing much better because she continued to keep her pace of building and building herself. This is not about her. So that was my journey of actually thinking about living in my car. I said, I can live in my car. So I got me a nice size storage, put all my stuff in storage, and I went to Arizona for a week. So I'm coming back from Arizona like this Sunday night, like, wait a minute, I don't have anywhere to live. I don't even have a home to go to. Yeah, I'm serious. I'm driving down the road and it's getting darker coming back into Houston. I'm like, I don't have anywhere to live, But at that moment, it was surreal. And at that moment, it was like, wow, well, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? So I already had my storage kind of set in a good, neat way. And I got in town just enough to kind of take things out of my car, I rearranged my clothes and stuff like that and put it in. I had my clothes and things in totes. I think the next day I probably went and bought some totes so I can kind of organize my work clothes, my weekend clothes, and my lingerie stuff. I had three different totes, like short ones or something. And that's what I was using for beginning. And then I'll actually sleep in the back seat of the car. I'll sleep in the back seat. Remind you, it was like in the month of October, so it began to get cool. And so as I go on this journey of searching, finding myself, doing what I want to do, and I realized, okay, yeah, I want to look for land. So I had begun to go land search. Okay, now I'm driving down the road. I get address. I see blank, clear land. I was getting the address. Now I'll go to the county in Ellis Parish County, Oberlin, and I asked, "Lady, can you pull this information up for me? See if it's for sale. See if I can find the people name and address, call them about the property." And I was doing that. And also I was sending out letters too to some people that had property that wasn't using. So I sent out letters as well. So that was the journey. So go to the parish, find what address, go online, looking at property land online. What is it? Realtor.com, I think. I was going online looking at vacant property or property for sale. I didn't want a whole lot. Just wanted maybe no more than 5 acres at the most. Didn't want a whole lot. So that was my way of searching for land, is going to the county, driving down the road, picking up the address, go online to realtor.com or whatever agency, go online, look for vacant property or property with a house or whatever. Mostly in Shreveport, I look for a property with a condo in Shreveport, because I was thinking of Shreveport, Louisiana as well. But somehow, I know what it was. I already have property, family property. I could have moved on that easily. So a guy was, one day we went out, the guy was going to come and clear the land for me and everything back there on the other side where my brother lived. And so I'm thinking, so one brother said, hey, he said, when you get ready to put your septic tank going to run you about $10,000. I'm like, really? He said, yeah, because that pipe got to run from here to there, and that's what's going to start costing money, is that pipe. So I said, well, shoot, I don't know if I want to do that, because I was going to do property land, my family property, after I did my little searching and stuff. And then I was just walking down the road, just looking on, and I looked at this, because this is right next to the fairground. I'm like, wait a minute, let me call and see if this man wants to sell this property. So I went online, and how did I find him? Oh no, I went to the place, to the parish. She gave me the information, and I didn't have a phone number on him, so I had his address, so I sent him a letter. And then I was still able to go and do some maneuver with finding his phone number, so I actually found his phone number, and I called his phone number. So this little lady had answered the phone. She said, yeah, this is his number, and he's not in right now, but you want to leave your name and your number? And she said, well, so I told her what I was looking for, what I wanted. I told him I wanted to buy his land. She said, well, he's not using that land. She said, let me talk to him for you first before you talk to him, okay? I said, okay, ma'am, okay. So when I called her, she said, yes, I talked to him. Go on, give him a call. So so I called him. The first call I made to him and talked to him. Asked him, did he want to sell the land? He said, well, how much you want to give me for it? I said, oh, how much I want to give you for it? And I named the price. I said, what about $7,000? Okay, I'll take that. I'll take $7,000 for it. Mind you, this is the paper say 4 acres of land, but when I got the other survey part and whatever, it's 3.55, which that's fine. It was still of a deal, because if you look at the price of the land out here right now, it's way higher than that. They want like $50,000 per acre out here, and that's kind of crazy, really, yeah. So, and I actually was looking at land on this place called Ballard Road. Ballard Road, this guy he had 25 acres, and he wanted, I think, $50,000 for it, something like that. And I tried to see if he can sell me like 5 acres. I could have moved out there but I just wanted 5 acres. He didn't want to split it up. I said, okay, that's fine. Didn't want that much. Just didn't want that much. So, and that was another thing that I had done. So, so the man said, yeah, name the price and I'll sell it to you. But see, the virus hadn't hit. We was going through COVID. So the banks and things was closed. So I told him, I said, okay, the banks can't do any kind of transaction right now. In the meantime, I'm online trying to figure out how to make this transaction go by smooth without a whole lot of stuff. I had to do my little research on the property, make sure everything was clear there. I did my research there. And so as time passed, I continued to talk to him, to connect with him, let him know I still want the land. And so he said, yes, sir, can you just please hold the land for me until the banks things open up, where we able to go and because I need a notary and witnesses too. And so only one brother knew what I was doing. He was the only one that knew what I was actually doing. what I was, no, I had a nephew, told him about it too. So my brother and my nephew knew what I was doing. So my brother told me, go ahead on and get your land. You need to go and get it now. And I called him and I said, I'm still interested in land. Please don't sell it to nobody. Once everything open up, I have cash for you, yada yada. So that went through well. Soon as the bank opened, left from Houston to Louisiana, had my brother, him and another witness lined up. The guy had his witness lined up. We went to the bank, counted out his money, gave him the money. This is debt-free land, so I paid cash debt-free. Now, how I managed to save that kind of money? By living in my car. I said, why spend over $1,000 a month to live in an apartment when I need to take this money and pay it towards my property? Because mind you, that the property was vacant. It was a lot of trees. They had to be cleared off for me to do anything. So we did the trees. Well, no, paid for the land first. A year later, I had saved up money because see, like from the time that I stored, let me see when I purchased the land. Hold on, I'm gonna give you the land purchase date. Okay, I purchased my land. Wait a minute, I thought I had another paper with me. Oh, hold on. Land, okay. Okay, so I purchased the land on May the 26th, 2020. May the 26th, 2020. That's the date that I purchased the land, and I paid $7,000 cash. Once I paid for the land, the guy asked me, could you take me to the property? I hadn't been there many years. I like to see where it's at. So I brought him out to show him where the land was at. And then from there, I went to the parish and recorded the documents, and everything was signed, and that paper was signed, so I had to give that to them, record, pay the fee. I think it was $150 fee to do that. So I did that. So this was mine, and it's debt free. I paid cash, and back to how I save the money up is that I begin to be more frugal. I begin to shop lesser, and begin to know that I'm going to need some money to get this, to take care of this. So I hadn't saved up money for the land, so I was able to pay cash. And okay, so think about it. I had started living in my car in the month of October 2018. Okay, so I bought the land June the 26th of 2020. So that was giving me some time to take my money and actually save it, put it in my account, and save and save and save. So I had the money available, and when I paid for land, I still had money in my account. So I was able to pay for my land cash, and I had the land cleared off. My land was cleared off on my birthday, June the 3rd of 2021. Right about a year, 13 months later, yeah. Exactly. 13 months later, my land was being cleared. So, paid for it, paid cash for the land, paid cash to have it cleared. But I'll do another video on the cost of having the land cleared off. And what I'm going to include that is initial cost of what it was to clean it off, adding the rocks and the culvert. I'll add those prices in there. But yes, I have begun to be focused on what I need to do for myself by the time I retire. My retirement was going to come up in so many years, 2020, but 23. No, I retired in 2 years. I retired in 21, 22. No, in 22. I retired in 22. September the 30th, 2022 is when I retired. So at that point, I knew the day was coming in soon, so I wanted to try to get much done, save and hustle and save, and I was trying to save on my food expenses, especially on weekends. You can easily spend a lot of money on food on the weekends because you don't have a kitchen or any way, cooking your food. So, and I tell you about other things that I've done to help with the cost and how I managed to take care of myself being a car dweller in the city. And we'll talk about the places that I had stayed at night. We'll talk about that later too. So yeah, family, this video is about how I found my land and how I purchased my land. So I found my land through, like I say, I really live right, well, coming back and forth. Family property right next door. But I did go out and search other properties in different parishes here in Louisiana. And I'm driving down the road. I'll take the addresses down, nearest location down. I'll go to the counties or contact the counties about the property. Or I was going to realtor.com and looking at vacant property as well as property with home on it. But my main thing I wanted was unrestricted vacant property. I wanted unrestricted. I didn't want to have all that other stuff going on. So this is how I wanted unrestricted land in the woods. I wanted it in the woods. I didn't want to be as close to the city. Really, I really wanted a smaller town. So I made my mind what I wanted pretty much before when I got started, I kind of had my mind made up. I can go into Shreveport and get a condo. I can go into to Lafayette and get a condo. But as I was getting closer to time, I'm feeling like I don't really want to be in a condo. I really don't want to be, in a city, because Shreveport is a city. And I kind of begin like, no, I just don't want that. So I began to step back and say, okay, raw land, unrestricted is what I finally said, this is what I want to do. So I did my research. I went to the county, did realtor.com, talked to realtor. Matter of fact, some land in Oakland I was trying to get. And this man act like I wasn't trying to buy the land. I'm like, can I get him to come? He didn't even want to come and show me the property in Oakland. And I actually went to a property out there in Oakland. They was clearing the trees off, but then I seen the neighbors across that corner. It was a hot mess. I said, oh, heck no. I ain't living back here with this. So that was once I seen some of the neighbors, how they were living in their yards and stuff, that was a turn off. That's why I didn't choose the property in Oakland. The property in Oakland was reasonable to me. It was reasonable. But I didn't like what was going on with one of the neighbors. And I'm like, they was trashed out. I mean, when I say trash, it was trash everywhere. I didn't want to be around that. I didn't want people drive in my neighborhood, drive down my home and see all of that. That's not what I want to do. So, yeah, you just do your research. I was like I said, realtor.com. I drove down the road. I contacted some of the parishes, asked them questions about the land, unrestricted land, and different things. So that was just the things that I was doing in the process when I finally made up my mind. I want to do unrestricted land in the country. Then that kind of narrowed me back down to this. This property is right next to my family property. I could have easily moved on family property like I was going to do, but then I didn't want to go so far back from the road. And that's why I looked over here and said, okay, wait a minute. Let me contact these people here and see if he wants to sell the land. So I'm very blessed. And when this man said, hey, you name the amount you want to give me, that was purely a blessing. Who's going to say how much you want to pay me for my land? Who does that? Who does that? And I'm going to tell you a backstory about this property. See, when I was growing up over here, like right next to it, it was an older man and lady lived here. My mother, she that neighborly person, so she had me all the time coming over here and check if they need me to clean up their house, or she would cook food and have me to bring food over here to this older. They were seniors. They were like maybe 80s or something, and they really older husband and wife. So she would have me to come over here, and I didn't have a problem with it. Go take them food, see if Miss Piper wants you to clean up her house, and I would do that. Just do it. That's what you do. So, and when he said, you name the price, come on now, that's a blessing. It's really, really a blessing in disguise. And I said, okay, I got this amount of money, I can do this. And he said, okay, I'll take it. Now I have 3.55 acres. This is what I have. And paying $7,000 for that, was a huge blessing. It's a huge blessing because even in town, a half an acre, they wanted $10,000 for a half an acre in town. Now the value of this land right now, I have no idea. I ain't gonna try to worry about it either. Because I don't, word like that. So this is how it come about. I did my research. I was saving my money. I was putting my money up in the bank as I was codswelling. You know, that's what I did. I put my money in the bank and I budget myself. This is what I want to save every month. You know, then I looked at how much I'm going to save in 12 months. How much would I have? And I was doing that. So when I bought the land, I had a little nice stash. I had a nice stash. So when I bought the land, I still had money. But I was focused on making it happen. I stayed on making it happen. I know what I was doing was not the safest thing, but I was very, very safe. I felt okay. I didn't feel nervous, scared. I didn't. I was at peace. So, but you know, being a praying person, if I was not at peace with it, I wouldn't have done it. But I was at peace and just kept rolling on with it. But yeah, family, this is how I come about purchasing my debt-free property, 3.55 acres. And it's beautiful out here. I love it. I wouldn't change for nothing in the world. So family and friends, if y'all have dreams and aspiration, things that you want to do, the bottom line is thinking about it. Get focused on it. Move and do it. It ain't going to come to you by sitting up dreaming and hoping something's going to happen and you're not moving towards your ambitions of what you want. You have to make it happen yourself. And when you know it's a blessing, how much do you want to pay for it? That's a blessing. So, and everything from that just worked, and everything was smooth from there on. Everything was smooth. Getting it was smooth. Having to clean up was smooth. So everything was on here has been really a smooth, but yet, you know, little bumpy roads, but not ones that I can't just jump over and go on to the next level, okay? So yeah, just stay focused on what your plans and desires are. Stay focused. You know, stay focused. Be grateful, thankful, keep moving toward your aspirations, your desires, and your dreams. Okay, family, so this is Next Step for Me Journey. Just want to share with you all how I come about purchasing my land. And we'll do a video on the cabin next. All right, family, y'all be blessed. Have a wonderful Sunday evening. I'm going to get me something. I'm going to fix me something to eat. I'm hungry, y'all. Bye-bye. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and share button. See you soon, family. Love y'all. Bye-bye. I want to thank all my old and new subscribers for watching my channel, checking out the commercials, and just thank you all for continue to help me with my channel. All right, family. Y'all be blessed. Bye-bye.